Good day, everyone. We're heading to the last session of our seminar today. The Honorable Professor Dr. Safrizal and all the lovely presenters. So we're heading to the last session of the seminars, which would be delivered by our friend from Group 19 of Class 6C by Fiyal, Nidaan, Khofiyya, and Rifatuzzahro Kamilah, with their topic is about students' perception toward technology in improving listening skills in English teaching and learning. The session would be the same as before. That would be started with introduction, brief information of their topics, results, and concluded. So without any further ado, I would like to hand over the session to our friend Firial and Rifa. For you guys, the time and screen is yours.
Okay, good day, everyone. Today we're exploring a critical aspect of English language learning, which is listening comprehension. And for today's seminar, um, entitled Students' Perception Towards Technology in Improving Listening Skill in English Teaching and Learning. So, listening is foundational because it directly influences our ability to speak, read, and write effectively. Next slide, please. Okay. Um, According to Brown in 2006, listening isn't just about hearing words, but about processing and understanding them. However, many students face challenges when it comes to understanding accents, different speech rates, and unfamiliar vocabulary. And this problem often arises from a lack of engaging and diverse listening materials. And student motivation also plays an important role in tackling these challenges. So to help with this, technology has become a powerful tool. And the integration of digital tools such as podcasts, apps, and multimedia resources has shown great potential in overcoming these barriers by exposing students to authentic language and interactive exercises, according to Huang and Pui, 2024. And this research we're aiming to understand how technology enhances students' listening skills, and specifically by looking at their experiences with digital tools in English language teaching and learning. We also examine how these tools improve both comprehension and engagement. Next slide. And these are the research questions. The first one is, what is the impact of technology on students' listening skills in English learning? And then the second one is, what are students' perception and attitudes towards the use of technology in improving their listening skills? And three, how do teachers integrate technology into English listening instruction, and what challenges do they face? And the last one is, how effective are different technological approaches in improving student listening proficiency? And move to the review of literature. Next slide. Let's take a look at some of the key research that supports this idea. The first review of related literature is by Isha Kumari. He found that technology-based materials made content far more engaging and effective than traditional methods, with most teachers agreeing that tech interventions positively impacted listening skills in the classroom. And similarly, Yuhui Liu from 2014 showed that integrating technology within a communicative language teaching framework enhanced both listening and speaking skills by creating authentic and interactive learning environment. And moreover, by by Red and Google's Kahume 2015 highlighted the role of mobile apps like the Audio News Trainer or ANT, which motivated students by offering real-world content like news. This engagement coupled with social media integration and significantly boosted their listening comprehension. Additionally, research by Shahid and Ali 2017 found that video podcasts increased student motivation though they noted that students needed further clarification from teachers to fully understand podcast content. And next slide. And the last one is Molina et al. from 2022, and they emphasize how technology-based media allows for self-paced learning, which is improve overall comprehension and retention, and proving that these platforms create a more engaging learning environment for language learners. And next slide for the theoretical support. Okay, now let's talk about the theoretical framework that back up this research. The first theory is from Mayer's multimedia learning theory. He suggests that students learn best when information is presented using both visual and auditory inputs. This is especially relevant to listening skills. I think of how podcasts, videos, and interactive apps help students process spoken English more effectively. And the combination of words and visual reduces cognitive overload and improves retention. Another key theory is from Vygotsky, uh, which is constructivist learning theory. So, according to Piaget, learning is an active process where learners construct knowledge through experiences. In listening skill development, technology provides interactive and immersive experiences that allow students to engage in real-world listening situations, uh, such as online discussion, role-playing with AI, and gamified listening exercises enable students to practice and internalize language, and aligning with Piaget's emphasizes on hands-on learning and cognitive development. And the last theory is CLT, which is focuses on making learning authentic and communicative. It recognizes that if tasks are too complex, students can suffer from cognitive overload, which impacts their comprehension. And here, technology comes into play by offering tools like subtitles, slowed down audio, or adaptive platforms that adjust the difficulty of tasks to meet each student's capacity. Okay, for the next speaker would be Fiyal.
Okay, so this is the methodology of our research. In the study, we use qualitative research methods. Qualitative research methods were employed to investigate the impact of technology on English language learning among students at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University. So the data for this research was collected from a focus group of 10 students from the English department. The primary data collection instrument utilized was a semi-structured online survey conducted via online Google Forms. The survey consisted of a series of open-ended questions designed to assess various aspects of the impact of technology on English language learning, including their perceived impact on the overall experience. And the data collection process involved distributing the survey link to students in the C class from the English department at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University through WhatsApp. And participants were informed about the purpose of the research, the voluntary nature of their participation, and the confidentiality of their responses. And they were then given access to the online survey via the provided link, and the data collection process aimed to capture the perspective and experiences of English department students regarding the integration of technology in their language learning journeys. The collected responses were subsequently analyzed qualitatively to draw meaningful insights and conclusions regarding the impact of technology on English language learning at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University. Okay, so these are the findings and discussion. From our research, we found 8 themes, and the first one is about varied technology preferences. So students reported using a wide range of technologies to improve their listening skills, including YouTube, Spotify, Netflix, TikTok, Duolingo, and BBC Learning English. Their choices were often based on personal interests, ease of access, and useful features like subtitles and speed controls. This shows that technology enables more personalized and flexible learning experiences, allowing learners to engage with materials they enjoy. And the second one is increased motivation and enjoyment. Most students felt more motivated when using technology for listening practice. They found it enjoyable, engaging, and less stressful compared to traditional methods. Features like gamification made the learning process feel like a game, and they also appreciated learning through content they already like, such as music or lifestyle videos, which made listening practice more fun and sustainable. The third one is exposure to authentic language. Technology provides access to real-life English, exposing students to native accents, everyday expressions, and cultural context. So many students say they became more familiar with natural speech patterns and could better understand jokes or informal language. Authentic materials from platforms like TED Talks or real life English were seen as beneficial for developing real world listening comprehension skills. And the next is challenges and limitation. Despite its benefits, students also face several challenges when using technology. And the common issues included fast speech from native speaker, unfamiliar accent, poor internet connection, and the cost of subscription-based apps. Some students also mentioned being distracted by other apps or overall relying on subtitles, which could limit their ability to improve active listening skills. Next is flexible and personalized learning. So technology allows learners to study at their own pace and convenience. Students highlighted that they could choose topics they like, study anytime and everywhere and anywhere, and repeat materials as needed. So this flexibility made learning more enjoyable and aligned with their individual needs, promoting independent learning and better retention. The next one is technology versus conventional learning. So opinions varied on whether technology or traditional classroom methods were more effective. Some students preferred technology for its practicality and relatability, while others valued classroom learning for the structure and direct feedback it provided. Many students believe that combining both methods using technology for self-study and classroom for guided practice was the most effective approach. And the next is lecture integration of technology. The effectiveness of technology in listening classes depends on how it is used by lecturers. Some students appreciate it when teachers use interactive tools like videos, podcasts, or apps with clear instructions and follow-up discussions. However, others felt that the use of technology was sometimes passive or lack engagement, making it less effective. And the last is innovation and improvement needs. Students express a desire for more interactive, intelligent tools for listening practice. They suggested features such as real-time feedback, AI-powered tutors, and adaptive apps that adjust to their proficiency level. And these innovations are expected to make learning more engaging, effective, and aligned with the needs of today tech-savvy learners. Okay, that's all from me. And I'll give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you kindly for the presenters for the lovely delivered materials. We can move on to the. So now we're heading to the Q&A sessions. For anyone who has advice, suggestion, critics, or even questions, you may raise your hand or simply just say your questions.
May I ask a questions?
Yes, Merdi, you may.
Okay. You mentioned that technology helps improve students' listening skills, but sometimes students just watch videos passively. How can we make sure they really engage and improve their listening skills? Thank you.
All right, thank you kindly, Merdi. Any others who would like to give comments or ask questions?
May I ask the question?
Yes, Agnes.
Okay. I'm Agnes from Group 18. I would like to ask, what if the school doesn't have strong internet access or modern device? Can technology still help with listening practice? Thank you.
All right, thank you kindly for Agnes and Merdy. For group 19, I would hand over for the answer for Fiyal and Rifa. The time and screen is yours.
Yeah, okay, I will answer Meredith's question about so how can we make sure they really engage and improve their listening skills while students just watch videos passively? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Passive watching doesn't always lead to meaningful learning. So, to make sure students are truly engaged when using technology for listening activities, we need to design interactive and proposable tasks that promote active processing. We can structure it like this. So, before listening, we can ask students to predict the content based on the title or visuals. This activates their prior knowledge and sets a purpose for listening. And during listening, we can integrate tasks such as answering comprehension questions, filling in missing words, identifying specific information, yeah, like that. And after listening, students can summarize what they heard in their own words, discuss their opinions or interpretation in groups, or maybe complete a follow-up task like writing a response or recording their own audio reply. So this approach aligns with Mayer's cognitive theory of multimedia learning, which states that learners understand better when they actively process both verbal and visual materials. And the theory highlights the importance of guiding students' attention and helping them make meaningful connection between what they hear and what they already know. So it's not just about using videos, it's about how we guide the listening process with structured tasks that support comprehension and retention. Yeah, that's it.
And I would like to answer Agnes' question of what if the school doesn't have strong internet access or modern devices, and can technology still help with listening practice? The answer is yes, definitely yes. The beauty of using technology is in education is that it doesn't always have to be high technology. Even in low resources environment, there are still effective ways to incorporate listening activities with basic technology. If you want to use offline materials, teachers can you can pre-download audio clips or videos maybe and share them via USB, Bluetooth, or offline apps. And if you want to leverage mobile phones, many students have access to mobile phones, right? Even basic one. So teachers can send audio recordings or podcasts via WhatsApp or SMS-based platforms. And if you want to use a printed transcripts and audio, you can pairing printed transcripts with audio recordings allow students to listen and read simultaneously, which enhances decoding and comprehension. And these strategies are supported by Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, which has emphasized that learning is deeply connected to context, tools, and interaction. As long as the tools, no matter how simple, it helps the learners engage meaningfully with the language. They can also support skill development. And in other words, it's not about having the latest technology. It's about using available tools creatively to give students regular and meaningful listening practice. That's all for the answer.
All right, thank you kindly for presenters for answering the questions from the participants. We can move on to the next slide, please.
Okay, so
All right.
yeah, based on student responses, technology plays a major role in enhancing English listening skills. Students frequently use platforms like YouTube, Spotify, Duolingo, Netflix, and TikTok because they are flexible, enjoyable, and provide exposure to authentic English in real-life context. Many students feel more motivated when using technology as gamified features and interactive tools make the learning process more engaging. However, several challenges were also mentioned, such as poor internet connection, fast or unclear speech, and lack of clear instruction from teachers when using unfamiliar tools. While students appreciate lecturers who integrate various digital resources effectively, they also emphasize the need for better guidance to avoid confusion. Outside the classroom, many learners continue to use digital media for listening practice in their daily lives. To improve the experience, students suggest the use of more adaptive tools like AI tutors and real-time feedback system. So overall, technology supports learner autonomy, increases motivation, and offers authentic input, but it must be used thoughtfully and with adequate support to maximize its benefits. Thank you.
Okay, thank you kindly for Fiyal and Rifa for presenting such well topics for ending our seminars for today. So, dearest presenters and all the participants, we have come to the end of this enlightening and informative seminar. I hope you all have enjoyed and benefited from the presentations and discussion of our distinguished speakers and guests. I would like to thank them once again for their valuable contributions and for making this seminar a success. I hope this seminar has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to learn more about the topics we have covered today. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors and hope to see you again in our next seminar. Thank you kindly for all of your attention. Have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.